Hey, maybe the Sao Tome flag actually fits with that. I'm not entirely sure here, but because then we'd be on the East Coast. What about like something like that? Do you have nice beaches there? Yeah, what about this beach or something? That's possible. I'm not sure if that flag, I mean, it's just too grainy to see, but I feel like that at least actually fits. And it's more green. It'll be more on the equator here. See, it's right on the equator, so I'm going to go for that. What is going on, guys? Zigzag here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing Islands of the World on no moving and seeing if we can get any perfect 5,000 scores. This map is really fun, and often you're going to get like really interesting locations. The hardest part will be stopping to make sure I don't look for too long, I think. So this one's interesting. We're driving left-hand side of the road. And is that a black number plate? Because my first thought here is that it kind of looks like Macau. So that is what I'm thinking. So, and Macau, is Macau an island though? Is it actually disconnected, detached from the mainland? Yeah, technically speaking, we could be somewhere around here, I think. So let's work it out with the compass here. So we're on the beachfront. Facing north is the big city, so that would fit. So maybe we're along here, but we're actually on a small street. And yeah, we should have a bridge over to our northwest there. It does such a bridge exist, so I think that's actually this bridge. So maybe we have to be somewhere over here, closer to this. Okay, so do we have any roads? We're on a real bend here, so maybe that? Surely it's this bend here, surely. Yeah, 31 meters, there we go. It was kind of misleading with the little peninsula there because we couldn't see it, but 5,000 points to start off the video, so very, very pleased with that indeed. The white car, we've got a square pole here. So I'm not entirely sure what I think of this one. Is this somewhere in Cambodia with this white car? Could be. I think these could be Cambodian poles, to be fair. Or just a random, like, Indonesian island or something like that that is using the Thai style of poles. So let's get in here. Does Cambodia have any islands? It does. And actually this kind of fits because I don't know if you can see, but we are facing north here and we can see things to the north. Other islands, but no mainland. Okay, so maybe it's not as good as I thought. I think I will scrap that idea and go down in Indonesia, but if I was wrong, I'm going to be quite annoyed. So let's try something where we can just see some islands to the north. So what about these islands? I think that's pretty possible. And okay, yeah, that's not too bad. So we were over here. Okay, we were on this kind of like detached little, I don't know what the name of this landform would be, detached little island, looking at this island and this island. Didn't even consider that we'd be on a mainland, but of course, Borneo is an island itself, so that makes sense. But decent points on the second round. Can't win them all. Okay, this one is interesting. We have some New Zealand bollards here, and yes, now the question is, are we on a smaller island, or has the map creator defined New Zealand as a whole island itself? So that's the question. Okay, so yeah, a lot of New Zealand bollards, definitely out in New Zealand. We are on a hill looking down to the north on a kind of bay, and we've got like an industrial part over here. Definitely seems like a massive port with a small town. So the question is, New Zealand's island over here, I don't think that many people live over there, so I think we can rule that out. This one over here, however, how big is this? Hey, we could be up on like the observation point, looking down on this bay actually. Yeah, so I actually think this fits. Check it out. No, it doesn't. It almost did. There should be a long like jetty out here if it was true. Like, look, the bay actually almost fitted here, but not quite. Okay, so we can rule that out. That's good to at least have ruled out. And then comes the next question. Dunedin, too big, I think. Too big of a city. There's Palmerston South, but where are we? Is it just here? It's possible to be here, honestly. That was just right off the bat. The problem is that there appears to be some kind of man-made island here, and it just doesn't show up on the map, so yeah. Maybe I'll just go for it, and if it's elsewhere, then it is elsewhere, you know? I think that's what it's got to be. As much as I would love to find the exact one, I'm just going to go for it. And there you go, 36 kilometers away. I looked at this and I thought, maybe. That makes a lot of sense, though, this bay. So, by a bit of luck, we're only 36 kilometers away. It's not really an island, though. It is connected to the mainland, of course. But to the South Island of New Zealand. So, getting a bit lucky to get so many points there, I think you'll agree. Okay, this one is in Generation 1. So, should be somewhere in the United States or Australia. But this car is an American car. So now, where are we? So I'm thinking this is on some really interesting little island or something. Immediately, because of the fact that it kind of looks like quite dry or something, I was thinking of one of the Californian islands here. So, how mountainous are we getting over here? We can't really see, unfortunately. And of course, this could be Australia. Where's the sun? The sun is to the south, so no, we're in the northern hemisphere. That's good to know. And now the question is where? So St. Nicholas Island does technically have enough infrastructure so that we may be there. Santa Rosa, also possible here. Could be, no, probably too mountainous. Yeah, I think a lot of these are probably too mountainous. So let's check out this one that I went for. Yeah, this one actually has like a nice gradient on the beach, and we're of course facing the south here. So let me see now. Just trying to get an idea of the beach. It could be like this beach here, honestly. I think that is possible. Where else could it be? So let's zoom out and think for a second. It could be one of like the Florida Islands. Looks less like that to me. I think they'd be a bit greener. Could also just be one of these islands over here. There are plenty of islands on the east coast that I might be neglecting here. But with the ocean to the south, it doesn't really give us too much to work with, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go where I was thinking. Could this one work? This one could also work, actually. I think the slope is a bit too steep there, so I'm going to go for where I went. And, oh man, near Corpus Christi there, on a really interesting landform. I'm assuming this is natural, not man-made. So we're on Padre Island, National Seashore. So we're picking up decent points. We've got the right continent, wrong side, unfortunately. Didn't think of Texas. That would have been a good shout. I did say it looked like Mexico after all. Okay, we got a US flag here. We've got no description beyond that though. So where could this be? Could this be in a similar kind of spot to where I guessed last time is the question. Interesting fauna here. Flora, sorry. And that is just too difficult to read. So, are we on an outlying US island, or are we close to the mainland is the question. We've got this deep blue sea, very beautiful actually. But I'm just not sure. I'm almost tempted to guess and write in the same area, although it didn't really work out to me for me that well last time. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. To be honest, there's too many places this could be. But I feel like the climate is at least somewhat correct for it to be, you know, somewhere like this. So let's go for that. And will we be right second try? Yes! It was on this island here, Santa Barbara. But look at that, we've come 68 kilometers away. That's a great result, I would say. And, you know, second time lucky. What are the chances of that happening, actually? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so I think we do one more here. Yeah, actually coming out with a bunch of nice guesses there. And, well, I'm pretty happy with a 19,000, but I think my best here is 22,000 almost, so let's see if we can beat that in the second round here. I have decent faith that we can, actually. We're just warming up into it. Okay, this one is mighty interesting. These structures kind of seem more European or British than North American or something like that. The Sun is to the south, so we're in the northern hemisphere, presumably. Are they people? No, I don't think so. It's a little structure of some kind. Oh, look at this rock wall. Some kind of fortress here. So the question is Ireland or Scotland? That's immediately where my mind's gone after seeing that. The fact that the ocean is kind of to the south here puts us in a bit of a conundrum. I do think, because we can't see any land, that Scotland might be more likely than Ireland. You can see that, yeah, I mean, these islands are kind of possible, actually. It's very rocky. The fact that there are no trees might make me lean more island, actually. Yeah. Hard to say. Although I feel like that sign they might use the diamond version of that sign that's yellow in Ireland, whereas in Scotland they'd use this one maybe. Just trying to think in Australia what we'd use. I think we'd use a diamond sign there. So switching back to Scotland here, I think that's actually more likely to be right. And we got to find somewhere that has a south coast kind of like this, where you would not see any land to the south, because that is the crucial part about this round. So I don't think there. It's got to be rocky, and there's got to be settlement as well. Sandray, Barra's Head. Oh, hello. Lighthouse, temporarily closed. No, I was hoping it would be a fortress or something, you know. Rodell. We're probably not going to actually find the right one here once again, but I just want a ballpark guess. That's what I really want here. Hard to say indeed. What about Southend here? Okay, here we go. This is some kind of fortress, maybe? And in a bay. What do we have to the south here? Would we see any land? No, I think we can confidently say we wouldn't see any land out there. So let's go for this. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, it was the other side of Scotland. Kind of a tough round, but I feel like we did a decent job at least. We got the right country. We went Scotland instead of Ireland, and that was at least good logic there. Okay, next one. Ooh, New Zealand? Thinking New Zealand for this. Let's check it out though. Sun appears to be to the south actually. Okay, this is not New Zealand at all. I'm not really sure why I thought of New Zealand. Something about these trees, but no, we should be in like Portugal, I think. Portugal is my thought here. With this architecture. So the question is, are we in the mainland or are we elsewhere entirely? So first off, before we check out here, because I believe the Madeira Islands are Portuguese, before we check there and the Azores, I just want to check out Portugal mainland to see if there are any notable islands. There's one here, doesn't really seem like it. There's a couple over here, doesn't really seem like it either. That one is a peninsula. This one is a nature reserve. So yeah, pretty confident that we're not on the mainland. So now we can focus our attention over here. And is this one possible? The fact that we don't see any big mountains to the north makes me think it's probably not there. This one is more likely. And yeah, the coast is to the south here. This one is possible. I will say this one is at least possible. Although not quite right, I think. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to guess over here. And hope that we are somewhere like here or something like that. I think that's at least possible. Otherwise... But no, we're on like the south coast. So it has to be something like that, I think. And... I think I've just got to go for this. Although, actually, look at this. This town kind of fits. Yeah, okay, so I think if it's to the east, then we could be somewhere like here. Let's go for it. What? It was France? Oh, it was a French poll, and come on, that's barely an island, but yeah, wow. Not a good guess. Not a good guess to start off this one, or to go for the second round here. What made me think it's specifically Portugal? I think it was that architecture, but yeah, it fooled me. Okay, we got a flag here? Not really sure. It's like, one thing that came to mind is Togo, but I don't actually think so. We have bottom of the trees painted white here, kind of a Soviet thing to do, but I don't think we're anywhere Soviet. We're left-hand drive in the car, right-hand drive on this island. We have some African-looking people, but it's kind of inconclusive just so far. And so, now the question is, are we in Africa, or are we in the Caribbean? That is the current question. I think I would lean Africa here. We've got ocean to the north, and it's very, like, yellow-washed, this location. Quite strange. So, Nigeria, probably not. One of these islands over here, could be. Or just somewhere in the Caribbean. Just trying to relate it to anything I've seen. I think these walls are rather African looking. But that's really all I can venture to say here. I'm just not sure. And of course, like, it's so whitewashed in this sky that we can't tell what hemisphere we're in at all. I think it has to be somewhere in Africa here. We want somewhere with at least a decent population. We're kind of in a bay. That's definitely true. The bay is to our east, so that is all we're gonna get. So I don't know. I've kind of thought that it might be here, but it should actually be more. Hey, maybe the Sao Tome flag actually fits with that. I'm not entirely sure here, but because then we'd be on the East Coast. What about like something like that? Do you have nice beaches there? Yeah, what about this beach or something? That's possible. I'm not sure if that flag, I mean, it's just too grainy to see, but I feel like that at least actually fits. And it's more green. It will be more on the equator here. See, it's right on the equator, so I'm going to go for that. Now that is insane. That is insane. Wow. What a turnaround from last round where I was struggling so much. That is one of my best ever guesses, for real. How did I manage to get that? Oh my gosh. Sick. So, I think that was the flag of Principe, of Sao Tome. But, yeah, a good bit of logic, and then just, wow. I'm honestly speechless that I got the right beach. That is crazy. 5,000 points. Let's go. Okay, so let's finish out this one nicely. We're not going to be able to beat our score from last time, but maybe another 5,000. So, long number plates here. Seem to be driving on the right-hand side of the road? I can't tell. We have no antenna or anything. Southeast Asia and somewhere in Southeast Asia for sure. These poles, maybe looking more Indonesian or something like that. Although this car's looking quite Japanese, now that I think of it. I mean, it's definitely a Japanese car, but the question is it in Japan? Very Asian-looking architecture here, that's for sure. This one says Maroes. Oh, a bit of Spanish, so maybe this is the Philippines. I mean, Philippines has a lot of islands, and maybe that number plate's a bit green as well, so I do not mind Philippines for this at all. We've got the ocean over there to the east. Yeah, I think that motorbike is driving on the right-hand side of the road, and so is he. So, yeah, let's check out where we could be, actually. Some island. What about this one? So we've got we're fairly straight. The coastline curves up at the top quite significantly, out to the east and to the south. Okay, we're in a bay, so that could really come in handy here. Let's check out places that fit. So this one, this kind of like the coastline here fits. Can we see any mountains? No mountains peeking through behind here. Feels like we're actually quite flat, so that could be a real clue as well. Hey, this island actually has some places that seem to fit, especially because it's quite flat down here. And we are right on the coast here, so we need a road that really stretches right along the coast. Okay, what about here? I mean, I actually don't mind that. The shoreline bends at least somewhat correctly up there. It's not as abrupt as I'd like. And down to the south, it's the same deal. So, it's really hard to say. I mean, there's just so many options when it comes to Philippines. That is if it even is Philippines here. This could be, not really sure where it would be, but I do think it is Philippines. I just don't think we're in the right spot there. Yeah, that's probably too abrupt. Yeah, we're not quite right over there. That doesn't fit either. Okay, this is nice because we're traveling right along the ocean. That I found that is a really interesting part about Filipino islands, is they'll often have like the biggest highway on the coast. I wonder when the sea levels rise if that will be a problem for them. Okay, well, I'm starting to lose patience once again. So what about that? I mean, it at least somewhat fits. We might be close here. Let's see. And okay, so right latitude, we're actually over this side, and I had the angle of the road wrong. I really should have checked that more. And yeah, this is a nice flat area. And I had the angle of the ocean on the road a bit wrong there. And so this is the part we could see up to the north, and I guess we could see this to the south, or maybe even this. So let's move on to the last round of the video. We can still beat our score from last time if this is a perfect score. We have some language here. What does it say? So, Point Padre. We are at Point Padre, presumably. And what's this language? Chakala? I haven't worked out what language this is yet. It kind of look like Thai poles, so maybe this is Thai. Yeah, perhaps this is just Thailand. Didn't really strike me as Thailand, I must say. Do we have a Google car? We don't have a Google car, so at least that kind of fits. Sri Lanka? I feel like these people have darker skin than most Thai people. So this could be Bengali, right? Point Padre, that would also fit. We've got ocean to the north. So let's check it out. What is up here? Oh, Point Padre. Easy. It was that easy. I haven't had many Sri Lankan rounds recently, so it's probably... Oh, here we are. This is the exact school as well. So we're going to beat our score probably, I think. Haven't had many Sri Lankan rounds yet, and I forget that you have these poles in Sri Lanka. These type here. So we're right in front of this exact school, I think. Yeah. Yeah, let's guess it. And, oh, 3.9 kilometers. Just a similarly named place, or maybe I was confused. Yeah, we end up with 19,700. So everything pretty consistent. I mean, this guess was insane. This guess wasn't insane, but it was good. And just one bad guess that I thought was Portuguese architecture. So there you have it. I need to pay attention to that. I think that was a really good video, and I am looking forward to playing this one again. Let me know what you thought of it, and yeah, I will see you in a video soon. Like and subscribe, and thank you for making it to the end. I'll see you later.